Adding the Williams percent R to the Infinity AT charts is very easy. I'm simply going to select a chart here. I have a 10-minute mini NASDAQ September 2019 candle chart on a black background, and I'm going to go to Studies, and I'm going to scroll all the way down. There's a lot of studies here. I'm going to scroll all the way down to Williams percent R, and I'm going to simply select it. It's going to populate the indicator down at the bottom of the chart. You can see it down here, and if you don't want it at the bottom, you could click that arrow here at the bottom and shoot it up to the top of the chart. It's up to you. It's up to your preference how you want to see it. Let's bring it back down to the bottom. Now, what is Williams percent R, or Williams percent range, developed by Larry Williams? Well, it's a momentum indicator, and the formula is the highest high minus close divided by the highest high divided by the lowest low. In the highest high is based on a certain amount of periods backward. So if this was a daily chart, it would be based on 14 periods backward. That's the standard default, is 14. So you take the highest high over 14 periods minus the lowest low over those same 14 periods to get those numbers in the equation. And the close is just simply the last traded price. Right now it's at 75.04-ish on the mini NASDAQ. Now, if you look at the actual, let me go ahead and expand this up so we could see it a little better. If you actually look at it, it looks like an oscillator type of indicator. And you can see here these areas above the minus 20%, those are considered overbought areas. And these gray areas below the minus 80% are considered oversold areas. And remember, this range is between 0 and 100. So minus 20 and above is overbought. Minus 80 and below is oversold. And what traders sometimes look for, including myself, is to see a cross or under or a crossover, but mostly cross under from my point of view, where we have an extremely overbought position and the indicator crosses below the minus 20 line. That could suggest a change in direction. And sure enough, this was a pretty good signal here at 10:10 this morning. Alternatively, when the market goes from below minus 80, crosses the minus 80 line, continues to go up, that could also be considered a change in direction the other way. In other words, the market will turn around and rally, and that's good. This was a good indicator here. Now, it doesn't always work. You have some times when you have these crosses that don't meet. Don't make it, and the momentum is less than. The momentum is slow there. Here we had a lot of momentum between 8:40 and we went all the way to the extreme at 9:30. So it was almost an hour, 15 minutes of momentum on the upside, and we saw that pretty big rally, and it flipped around at 9:30 to 11:20. So those are a couple of ways to look at it. Right now we're at minus 36. We're kind of 35, 36. We're kind of in the middle of the relationship between the current price in the recent historic 14-period higher low of this market. As with all indicators on the Infinity AT charts, this is easily customizable. I'm simply going to move my mouse down to the lower left, and you'll see a little gear here on the indicator. You click on that, it opens up the areas in which you could go ahead and change variables. For the period, we have 14. That's standard. That's textbook. That's as designed by the architect. You could change that to whatever you'd like. You could also change your overbought from minus 20 to something else, or oversold to minus 80 for something else, and change colors as well. It's as simple as that. Another way to get to the actual indicator to modify it is you're simply going to go up to studies, and you'll see it here. Your current study is also applied at the top of your drop down menu under studies. You can click on that and also get the same window to make modifications. Hope that helps. Feel free to check these out for free in real time with the practice account at infinityfutures.com.